It was very exciting to hear Henry Cavill was going to be playing Superman again. We don't know exactly what projects he'll be part of, which could mean a standalone film or a series, but sadly, now we're paying for this exciting news because he is stepping away from The Witcher, basically killing the series. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So, I saw this when it was announced yesterday, and I was instantly disappointed with this news. So as you can see, this is a IGN article. The Witcher renewed for season 4 by Netflix, Liam Hemsworth to replace Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia. I have loved the Witcher show. Yes, it had some major problems. In season 1, the CGI was just horrible. The creature designs were terrible, but the acting was great, and that's what really mattered to me. And going into season 2, they upped the CGI, they changed the designs, and overall, both seasons have been very memorable, good experiences. Yes, they do deviate away from the source material quite a bit, and that was a giant problem for Henry Cavill. He talked about it multiple times, but I thought overall The Witcher show was pretty good. But now that they're replacing one of the lead actors, I just don't think that this show is really going to bring in an audience anymore. So it says Netflix's The Witcher will officially be returning for a 4th season, but it will be doing so with a new Geralt, as Liam Hemsworth will be replacing Henry Cavill after season 3. And I just do not know why they chose this actor. I have never seen Liam Hemsworth be in anything that I've liked. He's never been an actor who stood out to me. He looks nothing like Henry Cavill, and he looks nothing like a Geralt. When I imagine a Geralt, this is not who I think of. Maybe when he's got, the contacts in and the wig on and he's buffed up a little bit, he's in the armor, maybe he will look better, but to me, he will never replace Henry Cavill. So they had Henry Cavill and Liam Hemsworth release their statements at the same time, and Liam Hemsworth said, "As a Witcher fan, I'm over the moon about the opportunity to play Geralt. Henry Cavill has been an incredible Geralt, and I'm honored that he's handing me the reins and allowing me to take up the White Wolf's blades for the next chapter of his adventure. Henry, I've been a fan of yours for years and was inspired by what you brought to this beloved character. I may have some big boots to fill, but I'm truly excited to be stepping into the Witcher world." I don't think that he is going to be able to fill those boots, and I think that he's going to have a rough time as this character. He is already taking a lot of heat because people are disappointed in the casting decision. I think in a year and a half, when we actually see him in this suit and we see him all dressed up, he's also going to face backlash. I just don't see him replacing Henry Cavill here. My journey as Geralt of Rivia will be filled with both monsters and adventures, and alas, I will be laying down my medallion and my swords for season 4, Cavill said. In my stead, the fantastic Mr. Liam Hemsworth will be taking up the mantle of the White Wolf. As the greatest of literary characters, I pass the torch with reverence for the time spent embodying Geralt and enthusiasm to see Liam's take on this most fascinating and nuanced of men. Liam, good sir, this character has such a wonderful depth to him. Enjoy diving in and seeing what you can find. So it's a very blanket statement of, I'm not going to be in the next seasons, which makes no sense because first of all, they were only planning, as far as we knew originally, to do 5 seasons. So they only really had 2 more seasons. You'd think that they would have thrown as much money as possible at Henry Cavill to stay, and this is all very sad, but it does ultimately make sense. He only went to The Witcher because they didn't cast him in more Superman projects, and now he's going back to Superman. I mean, when he went to The Witcher, he took a massive pay cut. As you can see, Screen Rant reported that he made $400,000 per episode for season 1, and it also was reported he made the same amount for season 2, and you would think that maybe going into season 3 he would have gotten a little bit more, but he was really only paid $3.2 million per season of the show, when as Superman he was paid way more. As mentioned, Cavill had his first run wearing Superman's suit in 2013's Man of Steel. He got to reprise his role several times in films like Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Justice League, and the Snyder Cut. For his first appearance as Superman, he made $14 million, and then he made around $20 million for the Justice League. So he was making between 14 and 20 million for each of these projects. So he took a giant pay cut when he went to The Witcher. So it's no surprise that he would dump The Witcher to go back to Superman in a heartbeat. Also, he hated how they didn't follow source material with this show. We don't know what they're doing with season 3, but maybe it was his last straw, and when Warner Brothers came to him with Superman again, he was like, thank God I can get out of this project. There's also a lot of speculation going on right now. Maybe he didn't just quit The Witcher because he's going to play Superman. A lot of people think that he is going to potentially be the next James Bond. And there's also a lot of talk that he may even star in House of the Dragon Season 2. I don't really believe either of these simply because we haven't heard of any sort of news surrounding James Bond's next casting besides, oh, we're going to start looking soon. We don't actually know that they have found anyone. And for House of the Dragon, it was rumored that he was going to be playing Aegon the Conqueror, but that makes zero sense because we know House of the Dragon in season 2 and, season 3 are going to be going with the same characters and storyline, and Aegon was so far in the past that they would have to basically create a whole new series. So neither of those rumors really add up, but hey, we don't know. Nothing is confirmed at this point, and maybe we'll see him in other projects, but we know that he's at least in Enola Holmes and he's back as Superman. I mean, who would want to be part of a show where articles like this for it are released? The Witcher Netflix writers allegedly hated the books and the games, and this is something that we have heard over the past few years, and of course it's being brought up again because more sources are saying that, yeah, this actually is true, but this is something that we have heard for years at this point, which is very disappointing. Like I've said, I really enjoyed The Witcher. Yes, some people didn't like the versions of characters we got, as some of them were changed from the books and games, but the overall show was pretty good. But them recasting a lead just kills it in my opinion. If it was just a side character, myself and many other people would be able to look past it, but now the show is just going to lose that spark it had. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. If you enjoyed it and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.